So one of the things that you and I were discussing earlier before we hopped on this podcast is kind of the culture that we're having to deal with, and it's not a good thing. It's the problems of finding the skilled workforce, problems to find somebody that's worth something, that wants to take the time, effort, energy, and has that sense of integrity of a job well done. We're feeling that. We've been, a lot of the sign owners have been complaining about this for many years, that we can't find good employees. You guys are kind of doing a different take on that. Can you kind of expound upon that a little bit for us?
Sure. I mean, I think that there are two different things that our products do. Number one, assuming you have all the labor you need, our products that, Extrusion is really there to help you, speed up the amount of throughput, the number of signs that you can get through your shop. That's really, 25 years ago when SignComp was invented. That's really, was the mission, is to make it simpler and to be able to get more signs through the shop. I think over time, what we're realizing is that if you don't have labor, then maybe extrusion's even more important, because then what you can do is you can get your very best skilled fabricators working on, maybe the hardest, most difficult projects, and you can get your newer employees still to build signs using SignComp in a quicker and more efficient way. So it's kind of being able to, when you're limited with your labor choice, putting people in the right spots. Whereas, if you're building everything more custom, you may not have the skill there in order to do that. And so, I think over the last, this has been going on for a while, but I think COVID obviously really accelerated it. And we're having a lot of great conversations on being able to help customers through this. We deal with our own labor challenges here in Grand Rapids in our facility, and so we can certainly understand the challenge there. And I just glad that our products are there to help. And I think the one thing that we were thinking through COVID is, hey, when COVID's done, we're gonna get all these people back in the workforce, and things are going to be great. And I think, Aaron, you and I talked before the podcast, is we've seen some different statistics when it comes to demographics, and we're just not set up to see a big rise in the labor force over the next several years. So I think, unfortunately for all of us, we're probably going to be met with this problem for the next 5 to 7 years. And so that's why we're trying to, reimagine our business and try to reinvent ourselves, so that way we can be there for our customers and help them still achieve the great results that they're used to, and help them grow. And so that's, it's been a fun mission, and we see ourselves kind of as the foundation of the product. We're always going to be in the background. SignComp's on this sign behind me. You can barely see it. But we do see ourselves as an important foundation of the final product.
And SignComp's really grown quite a bit to, help out and be there. I mean, I remember when SignComp first was introduced to my shop, probably about 20 years ago, maybe even 18 years ago. It was really interesting to see, what the possibilities were. And of course, where you're always hesitant, which is sad, but in the signage industry, you're always hesitant to try something new. Is it going to work? Is it going to be a pain? And then I remember once we finally brought our first extrusion in and played with it, we our eyes were open to the possibilities. But I actually want to go back to a thought process that you had there. You said even yourself are having problems with the workforce and getting people in here. Any tricks you can share with us that you found that have worked well for getting a good team together?
I think some of the things that we're learning is it's not maybe all about compensation. I think that's where most people's heads go to, is we've got to pay more. Somebody else is going to compete with us. We've got an Amazon warehouse that's just down the road from us, and so that the scale will never be able to compete with them. And so I think we've kind of taken a different approach, which is to try to build incentives and to build other parts of our culture. So we do a lot of lunches as a team. If we hit our goal for the month, then we're going to do a lunch for everybody here. We try to, as much as possible, to promote from within. So we've had some recent promotions here. So we want people to see that there's growth for their career. We make sure that we're doing semi-annual and annual reviews with every employee to find out, what they want to do. Do they want to work in the shop today and eventually move into sales? We want people to see that they can have a long and successful career here if they, do a great job and are committed to their teammates. So, those are some of the things. I don't think there's an overall trick to it. I think in the end, it's all about people, and if the people enjoy working with one another, they're likely to, to be bonded and to stay, and as long as it makes sense for them. So, and then we've done other things too, just tactically, right, around different. We've looked at our holiday schedule, and we've added a day this year. We've looked at our PTO schedule for people that are 0 to 2 years, and we've increased that for the people that are newer. And we've done other kind of bonus incentives based on how long people are here, right? So if they hit a certain milestone, then that way we're kind of incentivizing them to stay. So I think there's the trick I'm learning is that you kind of have to throw everything at it to make sure that you are staying ahead of the folks up the road or down the street, and to make sure that you are building a place that people enjoy coming to, and that they feel like they're taken care of, and that you have their best interest at heart.